The 22nd pathway. Hi everybody, this is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. Today is August the 22nd, so that's why I want to talk about the 22nd pathway. Back in June, I was given the message 22nd pathway, indicating that I had completed the 22nd pathway. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit further. When we complete the pathway, the 22nd pathway, that is when we are actually integrating the monad. We can't integrate the monad, or it does not anchor into our physical body until after we have completed the great work. Today is also, we know it's the full moon in Aquarius, and it also begins Virgo season. I mentioned in my video that is about the full moon and Virgo season that this takes us to healing the aspect of the fallen feminine energy here, where the feminine energy has been so suppressed, which has also suppressed or pulled and dragged down that masculine energy as well, because both must work together for true beauty to reside within and all around us. The feminine energy, because of the suppression that has been taken place since the fall of mankind, that we have fell within the trap of sexual misery. Because how we feel from within, because of that imbalance, we create that type of manifestation within the reality, our reality, where women can be treated wrongly, or even men can't begin the process of feeling suppressed themselves and lost as a result of the feminine energy, because this is all about the feminine energy that has been so lost throughout time that it just has dragged down everything. So a lot of women, and men included, have gone through not feeling worthy, have been abused some way, shape, or form. And for women in this lifetime, I know for myself, it's either you are a slut or you are a saint. There is no in between, and there's so much judgment about who you are supposed to be. Oh, you're just a goody-goody. You're either labeled a goody-goody or you're labeled a slut. And a sinner because of what you're doing. So that is what this energy is also healing from today all through Virgo season. Today also is the feast of the Queenship of Mary. This is more of a Catholic tradition or celebration, but is not limited to that. It falls on the 22nd, which is today, which is a master number, and it signifies the 22nd pathway. So this is offering us, this full moon in Aquarius is offering us an opportunity to really release and shed past sexual shame, guilt, fear, and repression, which is what I'm talking about, that sexual misery and enslavement. We are healing the divine feminine aspects of self and all. So I have been seeing the number 22 and 11, 11 for a very long time. And sometimes it goes away and then it comes back. So since the end of June, when I was guided that I have a completion of the 22nd pathway, I have been seeing 22 and 11, 11. Again, recurring in my reality. So 22 divided is an 11 and 11. So you have an 11 on one side and an 11 on the other side. Remember, the 11 signifies pillars. We are going into, from today to September the 22nd, the vernal equinox, where time is divided. But that's not what this video is all about. The number 22 integrates the powers of 11 and represents the spiritual master builder on the physical earth plane. 22 is the sign of alchemy and the High Priestess in tarot, and signifies the 22nd pathway. So what I am actually trying to say is that today opens up the 22nd pathway for all who is ready. It doesn't matter if you're ready for this right now, some way, shape, or form. Energy and light is always coming down, and whatever it is that you are ready for, you receive. So don't think that you are not worthy of this or that you are not within this time frame, because it is here. Those who are especially here to help the rays and the consciousness of the planet are here to help anchor in this light. So for myself, I have already completed some of this pathway, and I am now in the process of integrating my monad. It is not completed yet. So that is my purpose. And then when we have our monad completely anchored in, your great work truly begins. But it doesn't matter, for myself here, I know that I know when I am staying in alignment with love, that I'm still assisting the planet. So every time you are choosing love, you are assisting the planet. If you are resisting in love, you are not learning your own lessons. Therefore, you are refraining from quite possibly your purpose in life. So let's go and kind of learn about what the number 22 means esoterically. The master number 22, expresses creation. And the esoteric symbol of the number 22 is signified by a cube or a square, which signifies the earth, therefore why it represents your foundation. And when the cube is broken down, it is a cross. So like I just said, the cube represents the foundations that we have built. And the symbolic meaning of 22 is connected with a manifestation at the end of a cycle. Remember that the 22 is a master number in itself, but also signifies the master number 11 and 11, which signifies balance. Or keep in mind, when you are seeing numbers, it's either a confirmation that you are on the right path or you are not on the right path. And only you, in your own awareness and centeredness of the heart, can judge this. That's why when I am seeing a number, again, whether it's 22 or 11, I always give it to myself in both ways. Congratulating myself on a job well done, but telling myself, encouraging myself to continuously move forward for whatever the meaning is of that number, so that I am always learning something. If you get too ahead of yourself and say, oh yeah, you have completed this, then you're preventing your own growth, or you can become so, let's just put ego there, egotistical, that, or, thinking that you are better than, and forget to continue on and learn your lessons. So I am always, especially when I give a spiritual message from Source, I give it as a form of, you have this accomplishment, but this is where the lacking is, or the imbalance is as well. Because it's really great to give love, and that's what the encouragement is. You're giving that type of love, but then you're giving guidance. Two ways. One in positive and one in negative. The positive is the encouragement. The negative is the positive is the love, and the negative is the encouragement to move forward. People who see 22 are often those that are very aware of their spiritual nature. But of course, you could still see number 22 and still be in denial. But seeing the number 22 is also an indication that you either have a psychic ability, or that your psychic ability is getting stronger, that you have a great connection with people, and that you should develop that even more so. So remember that the 22 can be a positive omen, but also can be a negative omen. So initiates that abide by the natural laws are rewarded with great success, but those that do not honor their true nature can suffer a downfall. The 22nd path works with the tree of life, which works with the 22nd letters of the Hebrew alphabet. The tree of life is a diagram that describes the universal laws of reality. Like a fractal, the tree of life is an eternal emanation of the divine principle. It is macrocosm and microcosm. It lives and breathes within each and every human being, and together we all form the branches of its tree. Its echo exists both within us and without. In the tree of life, there are 10 nodes. It's actually 11, because within the tree of life, it starts at 0 and works its way up to 10. So if you're actually counting 0 as number 1 and go to 10, you will have 11 pathways. These correspond with lessons, paths, heavens that we must learn, transform, and ascend through the tree of life, which connect to other pathways and keeps you moving ahead in your tree of life, which is your spiritual journey. This is your journey. And this is also known as the 22nd pathway, or the path of the serpent, and represents the journey of the seeker that longs to return to the divine. As the serpent travels along this path, it also undergoes the healing of the spirit. One treads the path through conscious self-development of one's internal world. So as you are more aware, witnessing your own internal battles, you are able to, and if you correct it with love, then you are able to rise above within your tree of life and complete the pathway. So that is what what we are going through right now. And it is another type of bridging that is going to take us into the vernal equinox on September the 22nd. And I will, of course, have more about that as we approach it, or who knows, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. The 22nd pathway also works with the 22nd tarot card, which is known as the High Priestess. You will see that this signifies her sitting on a cubic stone between the two pillars at Solomon's temple of Jachin and Boaz. I have spoken a lot about this previously in this video. Jachin is the right and is generally referred to as the pillar of establishment, and Boaz left is the pillar of strength. The pillars also depict the duality of nature, masculine and feminine, good and evil, negative and positive. The High Priestess's location between the two suggests that it is her responsibility to serve as a mediator between the depths of reality. Therefore, she is the third pillar, the path between. She believes that both pillars are equal, and there is knowledge to be learned in both worlds. You will also notice that she wears the crown of Isis, which can mean that she is a believer of magic. The High Priestess wearing the solar cross denotes that she is connected to the season of the earth and earth itself. The crescent moon at her feet is seen also in many depictions of the Virgin Mary, and it means that she has a complete grasp over her emotion and which refers to the ambition of the priestess. She is in relationship to inner knowledge, and of course is a depiction of the divine feminine, that the female that understands and holds the answers to the deep unknowns, religion, self, and nature. She represents someone that is intuitive and beginning to open to her or her spirituality. So let's talk a little bit more about this middle pillar. Now, the middle pillar is really that what I talk about. I mentioned the Hara line. So that is what really the middle pillar is. And without you constructing both sides of the tree of life and understanding the difference between left and right, masculine and feminine, good and bad, light and dark, you can't build the center pillar. Now, every time that I am asking you to choose love, love is that neutral standpoint. And yesterday I mentioned you must, in that video about straddling the fence. Straddling the fence is not knowing. You're confused. When you are confused, you are not witnessing yourself. You still have this inner battle, this inner struggle of, I don't know who I am. I have this inner battle between good and bad. You're fighting yourself between on which side you really want to be on. And it's not about, okay, I'm going to, when you are choosing love, you are therefore coming from an outside source. But when you aren't choosing love, you're choosing to kind of not witness yourself. That's why right now you have to make a choice. I am going to choose love consciously. Because love is going to allow me to see the truth of who I am. Although we are always having or supposed to have a balance of light and dark, love is not light or dark. It's both mixed together, where you are still able to see clearly. You can only see yourself clearly in all of the darkness that's within you, all of the pain that is within you when you choose love. Love is both light and dark. Realized. So if you are carrying, for example here, if you are carrying lots of anger and you are choosing to hold on to anger, you're choosing more of the lunar cycle. Is it wrong? That's for you to judge. If you are happy with choosing more of the dark side, and the lunar cycle is still of a feminine aspect, but remember, there's two sides to everything. You can have the feminine aspect of self that's within the light, or you can have the feminine aspect of self that is very hidden within the darkness. Masculine, you can have one that is within the light, or you can have one that is hidden within the darkness. So I hope this type of understanding here, what I have just spoken about, helps you. That if you are not dealing with your inner darkness, all of the lower vibrational emotions within you, the anger, the doubt, regret, the jealousy, the victim mentality, you're choosing one side. When you see from love, you're allowing light to reflect on your pain and transmute that energy. So where that, of course, the sacred seed, that sacred secretion can therefore rise and take you to the separate levels within your tree of life so that you can complete the 22nd pathway. The 22nd pathway takes you to the cosmic gateway, which allows you more information about yourself, about all of the lives that you have witnessed, therefore allows you to have information about what your current purpose and plan is in this lifetime. And we all want that, don't we? This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.